He cleared us through, right?
Yep, you're going to Romeo and turn left.
Right, that's right, people. Wait for old green plane.
Craig, man, here we are.
Sure.
Back at it.
I know.
Chilly morning,
Yeah.
early morning.
We're in a little bit of a new location. I
Yeah.
feel it's a little bit different behind us. Where are we?
So we're at the headquarters of Textron.
The best part about it, though, is we get to have with us Rob Scholl.
I'm Rob Scholl, Senior Vice President of Sales and Flight Operations at Textron Aviation.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good
Hey,
morning.
welcome to Wichita.
Thank you.
Thanks for
goodness.
coming.
Thank
Excited,
you.
big fan.
You turned out, it feels like a big fan out
It
there.
does feel like a big fan out
you
there.
kicked up some wind.
It is. It's a normal day in Wichita.
Yeah.
Hold on, though. A big fan of...
Of your show.
Oh, my goodness. Mom, you're not the only one.
No, I do
told you.
watch it. I do watch it.
Tell us a little bit about
what's
what we're
going
going to
on?
get to do.
Yeah, well, welcome to Wichita. You're actually on the west side of Wichita, where we call it kind of the Cessna campus. This is where we build the Citation jets here. We're going to have the opportunity today to go up on a 182, brand new, out of the factory. We're going to give you a tour of Wichita, the air capital of the world, show you some cool things around here. We'll come back and then fly down to Independence, where we build the high wing pistons, and show you what's going on down there, if that sounds good.
Are we ready to do it?
Let's do this thing.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go, guys.
Sounds good.
This way. Lead now. I will not walk into the wing.
That would be perfect. So there's our demo pilot, Jeff. Did you trust him?
Absolutely. We got the best demo pilots in the world here.
Let's do it. I trust you too. Let's go, guys. I got a surprise today. One of the first things they said is, we're gonna let you fly a brand new 182. And by letting me fly, he tossed me the keys just like a pilot would at the airstrip and said, let's go. Smells a little newer in here than,
nice and new in here.
and I got in that left seat. I opened that door and it was just like, oh my gosh. If you're an aviator and you've never climbed into a brand new Cessna, I have to tell you, it was amazing. That plane is so ergonomically designed. Everything was right where it should be. You can tell they've been doing this for almost 100 years because they are getting it to the point where it is perfection.
When did Cessna get its start?
1927 was the official start. So
1927. Talk to me a little bit about why Wichita for Cessna.
is that the reason he was able to start the company is there was a whole lot of oil money around Wichita at the time looking for things to invest in. So he was able to get an investor. And actually before that, Travel Air was Walter Beach, flying Cessna. And they started that together, and then they split up over design differences on the airplanes. Each wanted staggered wings, and Clyde wanted the high wings.
Sure.
And then they stayed apart, and actually fierce competitors here in Wichita until 2014 when we merged back together.
Anytime I get told that I'm going to go fly in airplanes all day and get to talk to people who are passionate about airplanes, it's a great day. So I was looking forward to today for a while now, ever since we agreed to do this. And what a fun day to get to go up in a 182 first and fly around Wichita and show you the aviation capital of the world.
If you look just to the north of where the tankers are, there's a little strip. That's where that's where your original green plane would have been built, was there. Oh wow. First flight would have been right off of that runway there.
One of my favorite things about this trip was seeing Wichita and Kansas in general, this area, from the air. To get up in the air and to see an airstrip about every other mile, these guys take it to a whole nother level. When you're flying over and you see airplanes parked in people's driveways, when you see airports in people's backyards, when you see communities built around airports, man, that is like an aviator's dream.
It's a great day to be flying. I really appreciate you letting me, this is like heaven. It still is intimate flying when you're in this 182.
They sell the products as well, just like you can learn on an older plane and transition into one that's newer. Everything is familiar. It flies the same way. The same maneuvers that you practice, it'll fly the same way, and it's just what you're used to.
So you haven't seen me try to land yet. So Bob, how long have you been with Cessna?
I've been with the aviation part of Textron for 8 years. I've been with the parent company for 13.
You guys are such a massive company, but I have to tell you, working with you guys and coordinating and setting up logistics, it felt like working with a mom and pop company. It's been a blast. I have to tell you, you guys have a great team.
Well, we love working with people who love airplanes, right? And so that's the heritage of Cessna and Beechcraft is, both companies grew up with pilots, right? We made the small airplanes, and so at our heart, that's still what we are, is a company of pilots, and we love to aviate and fly, and anybody that's got that same passion, we love working with them.
You know, but I think the biggest thing with aviation is it's not the, I think it's not the industry that is daunting. It's the, what is my first step? I think there's a lot of people that want to try flying, but they don't know the first step. They don't realize that it's so easy to call a local FBO and take a discovery flight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's, you know, you're talking about the feel you had with coming to us and just doing this. But you go to any FBO around the country, people want to see new people coming into the FBO asking about airplanes. Yep. You go out there on a Saturday and you have anybody standing by the plane, probably the good chance is you'll get a flight in that airplane. Absolutely. You know, pilots are always looking for people to go fly, so it's just go out there and do it. The more we can get more people doing it, the better off we'll all be.
From my 19 right,
now on this screen, I have runs. I have just about everything a pilot wants. How hard is it to learn these systems?
There's a lot of information. It is quite easy to learn. Once you have the logic down, it's a piece of cake. If I can learn how to do it, anybody can learn how to do it.
Well, Rob, you just stole my line.
When it comes to aviation, planes today, they're not much different than they were 50 years ago. And then Old Green Plane is a true testament. 60 years old, and from the outside, it doesn't look all that much different than its 60-year-old great-great-grandchild, right? Inside, obviously, technology and comfort and ergonomics surpassed it by 60 years. But for all intents and purposes, the design hasn't changed, because how do you improve on perfection?
Great flight.
Oh man, how's that? I gotta say, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
You like that?
Yeah, that's smooth. Thank you very much for the flight, man.
Yeah, I love it.
The avionics, the technology in it.
Yeah.
Man, listen, if you're in aviation and you don't at least own 182 in your life, you're doing aviation wrong.
That's right.
But you know what else I did though?
What's that?
I worked up a hunger.
Yeah.
Somewhere around here to get some
I
dinner.
think the best place is to fly down to Independence. Let's do it. Is this part of the game that I can't physically get out of these when it's not?
Hold on, we gotta do this one first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You guys gotta get into me.
It's like flying.
Oh yeah.
It's like a kid in a candy store all day long. Aviation, I'm in.
This son of a gun is ready to go.
So 32 Wichita turn.
Oh, we're way off before those. Oh, nice. That's what's nice about manual flat.
Oh yeah.
Tower Southwest 184 on a 9-mile left.
Well, my first impression when I saw the Old Green Plane sitting on the ramp there at ICT was it was just a cool looking airplane, and it just got better as I got closer to it. You know, to see the details on that airplane, but all the vintage aspects of it was really exciting. It's rare that you see an airplane of that age that looks as good as the Old Green Plane does. And to know what it does for aviation and to bring people into aviation, it was exciting to see it and exciting to be a part of it today.
You'll get to see on this one, you get a little tour of Wichita. We'll show you where this airplane was built. Yeah, so right over here is McConnell. A bunch of tankers flying it out of there. But if you look, just on the northeast corner, there's a little concrete strip. That's Cessna Field. Okay. So that's where this airplane would have been flown out of when it was built. Its first flight would have been off that runway. So that's where this airplane would have been built. That's awesome.
I have been lucky enough to be exposed and introduced to aviation from Collin now for almost over 3 years actually. And ever since I heard the story from Collin about the plane he had found and that was coming back to his house, I then asked, who was it? Where did it come from? And he said, Wichita, Cessna, 1960. Today completed that loop. And if it's crazy for me, I couldn't imagine what it was like for Collin.
As saying down on the ground, there's probably somebody who works for us now whose parents helped build this airplane. Yeah, that's right. This is smooth. Right? Yeah. Damn. He's solid.
It is a solid airplane. Well, I'll tell you what, we have the best maintenance team in the world on him in Silverhawk Aviation. I'm very fortunate to have those guys. They definitely definitely have an affinity for this old airplane.
Yeah.
And I keep saying old when really he's only 60 years old.
Compared to a lot of our airplanes, I mean, we got them out there flying that are a lot older.
Yeah. And
I think we've done, the stats are like 250,000 airplanes we've delivered. We've done 45,000 172s just by themselves.
Wow. What about for you? Why did you decide to then become a pilot?
Yeah, so, you know, the easy answer is to say that, you know, if you're going to sell airplanes, especially to a lot of pilots, you kind of need the credibility. But it's something I've always kind of wanted to do. My father-in-law, my wife and I kind of grew up together, so I've known her family for a long time, and he was a pilot.
oh, that's
Owned his own airplane, and so, you know, that was always something that interested me. I loved going flying with him, and so it was just an easy thing to do.
What's the furthest you guys have shipped a plane?
Oh, all over the world, yeah. I mean, India, Australia would be the quick answer.
Man, that'd be not a 182 down there.
Yeah.
Whoa, I wouldn't be taking
Do
that flight.
they fly it or
They
do they
can.
ship them?
We ship a lot too.
Well, a 7-hour fuel tank, geez Louise.
Yeah, you just take the long way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in all around the world in our airplanes before. Really? Not this one, but yeah, that's the best part of my job is I've seen all kinds of. I just grew up in Ohio, farm country, Ohio, and places I've gone and things I've seen is ridiculous. So you're going to notice today when we're down here that it's going to be pretty quiet. So last week was the end of our quarter. They had an outstanding third quarter down here. I mean, they delivered like 130 airplanes this past quarter. It was they did a great job down here. We had a great team in Independence, both in the factory and delivery team and flight ops.
But this is where we're going. This is actually where the 182 gets built.
Yeah. So down here we built the 182, the 172, 182, 206, the Caravan, and the M2.
Wow.
So you'll see a piston, a turboprop, and a jet.
Wow. Does it like, are they much like cars? Jesus Christ.
Hold it on, Craig.
That was a bird, right? I saw it.
It is a little bumpier down here.
Yeah.
Whoa, you son of a, I cussed. I don't even care. I don't even know what I said. I forgot the last 5 seconds of my life. Oh my God.
That was great.
Uh-huh.
Well, welcome to Independence.
And great flying.
Absolutely.
Heck
Ton of
yes.
fun. Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
Name's Leland Hines. My role here is a customer account manager. So we toured the main facility, so where we build the M2s, we build the Caravan, we build the 172S, the 182, and the T206 models.
It's a great day for me anytime I get to walk through the factory because I don't get to do it very often, but it really makes me proud that we have good American jobs here in the United States in Wichita, Kansas, where we get to build airplanes and we export airplanes all around the world. And when people talk about manufacturing kind of waning in the United States, I go, hey, come out here to Kansas, take a look at what we have going on. We have so many exciting things, great employees, and they're doing great things, and it's really proud for me.
Yeah, when I walked into the factory where they make the single engine piston planes, I have to tell you, I haven't lived a very boring life, I wouldn't think. I've seen a lot of stuff. That may have been the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Talk about a well-oiled machine. Everything's assembled right here in the heartland. And it was the most fascinating thing to see a plane from a box of parts. And these craftsmen and women that literally talk about how excited they are to get to produce airplanes that we get to fly.
My name is Eddie Bauer. I've been working for Textron Aviation for 12 and a half years. I think my favorite part of working here would be the people, the team that I work with. I see Cessnas online and stuff that are older than I am that are still around and still flying. So building something that I feel is important, and the amount of safety that's put into our job is very impressive.
My name is Jennifer Davidson. I have been working at Textron Aviation for 14 years. I am a tail rigger for the 182-206 line. It's an honor to be able to do something that means so much to so many people, so many families, to make sure they're safe. Knowing that my job matters, it matters to the safety of the pilots and anyone who's in my plane that I build.
I love that it's hands-on work. And I think people get the idea of aviation, especially new aviation, as it's technology and it must be robots. No, real people doing real work with their hands, and they care about it, and it matters to them because they know what happens. They know people fly through the skies in the very things they put their hands on. So every rivet, you see it in their eyes. They care about what they're doing. And honestly, to be very frank, it gave me even more feelings of safety. And someone who's a scaredy cat when it comes to flying, it was only made it that much better.
So for me, this was a real meaningful trip because I've got pictures of my dad when he took delivery of, which we call Butch, but Old Green Plane. And it just almost feels like he's here with me, feeling the exact same feeling. I have to imagine he's here just like I remember this day, right? And so really kind of a weird but cool, fascinating feeling to be here and right in the same place that this plane was assembled, and that man took delivery of it, and he got to meet maybe relatives of the same people that are working in that factory now.
My God, what a day. Dude. I mean, from the moment we woke up till the moment we loaded that plane, till the moment we got off the ground. Yeah. We landed in Wichita, we flew the planes, we toured the facility. I am beat with just awesomeness.
When we first scheduled this episode and I was told I was going to get to meet the team at Textron Aviation and Cessna, I tell you, I was a little bit taken aback because you think of what a massive company it is. I just felt like I was meeting old friends.
From the moment we reached out, just to even ask if they'd be interested in doing this, and assuming they probably won't, then to hearing that not only they were, but they wanted to have us and host us, and then to today, it's just been each step of the way I learned really quickly why they have the reputation they do in aviation. They're second to none.
Well, in that case, you ready to walk home? Let's do it. My hair needs to get out into a ponytail. Let's go. I hate my hair.
That him right there, Craig? Oh my God, bro. Son of a gun. You're gonna make me cuss and break the rules.